That was a Monday Night Raw that we just watched.
Yeah.
It happened.
It did, because we're doing the Raw review now.
There were matches and segments.
A lot of matches that didn't mean too much.
Well,
It's Raw.
unfortunately, that's the state of Monday Night Raw anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So why don't we knock a couple out of the way? Matches that didn't mean much, like Braun Strowman versus Chase Silver.
Yeah, Braun Strowman defeated Chase Silver, probably the biggest jobber he's gone against.
Yeah, sort of a Chris Heroes and Adam Cole to the Fusion dance,
Yeah,
baby.
and this kind of all broke down into Braun Strowman wants better competition. And if he doesn't get it next week, he's going to eat next week. I mean, there won't be a next week, because Braun Strowman will eat it. We also had Sami Zayn defeat Titus O'Neil with a haluva kick.
Thank God.
We reestablished the club as a dominant team as they beat the Golden Truth with a Magic Killer on R-Truth, and then another one on Goldust. We had Sheamus and Cesaro defeat Raul White and something Carade. And, yeah. That only leaves us with a couple of matches that we need to talk about. We had I thought it was supposed to be a rematch for the championship, because that's what they were touting it as last week, but apparently it wasn't. Brian Kendrick getting another shot at TJ Perkins.
Well, it puts him back in the title picture.
Right.
If he beats TJ Perkins, which, spoiler alert, he did.
Yeah. Good match. These two have good timing with one another. It's fun to watch these two go at it. TJ Perkins in the driver's seat, getting ready to go for his fireman's carry into that Pele kick type thing that he does. But Brian's able to rake the eyes while the referee is behind them. He can't see what's going on. He even actually almost throws TJ into the referee, and TJ stops himself, making sure the ref's okay. He ends up turning around. Brian Kendrick sets up and puts him in the bully choke, and TJ Perkins taps out.
Yeah.
So, I'm guessing we'll probably get a third and final match between these two, probably at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I want to point out one of the gnarlier spots of the night.
Yeah.
Of Brian Kendrick bending TJ Perkins' hand
backwards.
backwards
The turnbuckle!
And feeding it through the eye of the turnbuckle.
That was nasty. We saw Brian Kendrick do a lot of that during the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
Like Raul Mendoza's teeth on the ropes. He used the turnbuckle on Coda, I think.
Yeah, he gave him a neck breaker across the turnbuckles.
He's so resourceful with the different parts of the ring, and this was no different. And TJ did a good job of keeping himself there, and even after getting hit with a neck breaker over the ropes, he still kind of slumped down but had his hand trapped up in the turnbuckle. So yeah, just adding to the viciousness that Brian Kendrick has. So
yeah,
good match between them. I'm looking forward to another title match, which will probably happen at Hell in a Cell. But in other Cruiserweight story, we had Tony Nese taking on Rich Swann later on in the show, and they had a fantastic match as well.
Yeah, they had a really good match. They have good chemistry. They were both Evolve guys.
Yeah, so they've probably faced each other a ton of times.
Yeah, well, I guess I definitely think this was the match that's going to put Tony Nese on the map.
Yeah.
For the Cruiserweight division.
He had a good promo before it, too.
Yeah, and it was because Swann has been such a popular guy and has been very prominently featured since the end of the Cruiserweight Classic.
Oh, absolutely.
On Superstars, or on Main Event, and in tag matches, and all sorts of places. He's going to be in the Dusty Classic.
Yeah.
And to have Tony Nese come in and get a pretty straight up win over Rich Swann is gonna kind of put him on the map as a guy to watch out for.
Yeah, definitely.
Potentially, if TJ Perkins manages to maybe retain the championship from Brian Kendrick again, maybe at Hell in a Cell or whatever.
Yeah.
That we have a new heel on the horizon.
Tony Nese would be a really good transition because, you have the viciousness of Brian Kendrick, but Tony Nese is what he said, that great combination of strength and athleticism. So he's a completely different type of test for TJ Perkins.
Yeah, he's strength, speed, endurance, agility. He is the premier athlete.
And
Tony Nese.
And he proved it against Rich Swann. Rich Swann would be going for a back handspring. He'd actually get caught like powerbomb style and then get tossed back onto the ropes right across the throat and then wrapped up into the pump handle Michinoku driver, and Tony Nese defeats Rich Swann.
He also proved his dominance over Anthony Bennett in the first round of the
You
Cruiserweight
are going to
Classic.
hit that note every single time.
In which he made him cry out of both sets of glasses.
What? Okay. All right. So we'll take we've got a longer story that we'll hit here in a second. But our opening segment, we had Roman Reigns talking about how he's the first member of the Anoa'i family to hold the United States Championship.
Yeah. I'm going to eventually fact check this and make sure it's correct.
Yeah. If you want to do it for us, please post it in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's still running with the I'm the guy thing. Okay.
Yeah, he's just the mid-card guy now.
Yeah. Luckily, Lana came out and helped make this segment worth looking at.
Yeah, she made the segment hot.
And she turned this into a negotiation about Rusev getting another shot for the United States Championship.
I like how she just tried to sneak it in there though. She's like, yeah, it's always good to have a sense of humor going into a negotiation. And Roman's like,
we're negotiating?
Wait, hold on.
Then she got all deep and philosophical. She's like, life is a negotiation. And we're like, whoa, Lana, chill out. And so she, she starts talking about how, Roman wants to come out and talk about how great family is. Well, Rusev is my family now that we're married, and you disrespected that when you came out and ruined our wedding celebration 2 freaking months ago.
Yeah, Mr. Family is cool because I'm Samoan.
And so...
Well, guess what? They're Russian/Bulgarian.
Yeah.
Family is also cool.
Over
there.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Don't diss on families.
They had 2 weddings. It's so important.
Only diss on people who have no family.
That's fucked up.
Diss on Batman.
Don't diss Batman. No one disses Batman. No one lives to talk about dissing Batman.
Yeah, Roman Reigns, diss on Batman.
I'm not wishing death on Roman Reigns.
I'm not wishing death on him. I'm just wishing Batman's going to be the next United States champion.
Did you see Batman vs Superman? Batman kills people.
I did not see that movie.
Batman kills people. Spoiler alert.
I don't care.
Anyway, eventually Rusev...
That's old Batman.
Eventually Rusev comes down, and him and Roman Reigns end up brawling some more, which Rusev is extremely dominant in this fight. He's just he's a little more amped up because Roman Reigns is dissing on his family.
Well, I mean, Roman had the advantage at first.
Yeah, for a second.
It wasn't until Roman tried to do the springing Superman punch off the steps, and Rusev almost splitted himself.
He caught the highest of kicks from Rusev.
Yeah, basically almost getting the toes of Rusev in his throat.
Yeah, no, it was a very impressive stretch by Rusev.
And then he threw that side shuffle kick he does and toppled Roman Reigns over the guardrail that way.
Yeah, and as him and Lana are heading back up the ramp, Rusev's got a hold of the United States Championship, showing that he's going to win it again. By the way, the key word in this was when Lana was mad, she told Roman Reigns to go to hell. Well, as they made it up to the top of the ramp, he would get hit with a Superman punch because Roman Reigns is a Samoan ninja. And then he'd say, if I'm going to hell, I'm taking you with me. And we're going to have one more match for this United States Championship inside Hell in a Cell. Yay.
Well, I do like that he did add on the, if Mick Foley says that's going to happen.
Yeah, which eventually later in the night we did get confirmation.
It's confirmed.
Yeah.
But I just like how they actually do that, where it's now they don't, it's kind of cool that now that there's an actual, authority figures on the shows, you don't just have the wrestlers going, oh yeah, we're gonna make this match for no apparent reason, or like with no way that it would ever actually happen.
Boy, I sure hope Mick Foley gives me this match.
Well, it's a Hell in a Cell match. Mick Foley's got a fondness for those, I think.
It just kind of like made his career.
Or something. I don't know. Did you see the episode of Holy Foley where he like visited the WWE warehouse?
Yeah, and he was like kind of losing it when he was.
Yeah, he like touched the cell.
Yeah, and started crying.
Yeah, started like kind of like having some PTSD.
Yeah.
He
was waiting for Undertaker to come around the corner and be like, "Oh God, no!"
But it was like also at the same time though, it was like the realization like this inanimate object basically formed his career.
Yeah, it defined his career. So yeah, I mean it's a career-defining match. So we'll definitely have two because I'm sure the Kevin Owens Seth Rollins match will be Hell in a Cell as well. We'll use that as a segue because we had a running theme throughout the night that was the issues over the Universal Championship.
Yes.
We had Michael Cole have an interview a few days ago with Seth Rollins talking about how Seth Rollins is for the first time in his career he's kind of on his own. He talks about how he's alienated a lot of people. And he
used the line, aside from you, Michael Cole, I'm in here with all my friends.
Yeah. Yeah, that took me a second to realize what he meant. I was like, oh, okay.
He has no friends.
Nobody. It really reiterates the fact that Triple H literally handed the championship to Kevin Owens. Tries to stop the comparison between the two of them because Owens was handed the championship. Seth cashed in Money in the Bank and took it himself. Saying that, yeah, sure, we had the tutelage of...
Kevin Owens cashed in Daddy in the Bank.
That got real weird. Please don't ever say that again.
That's what happens. You cash that in and Triple H comes out and makes you win the championship.
Oh, no.
Dad Squad. That's why he did it, because Triple H is the secret leader of the Dad Squad.
Oh, okay.
Because also, like AJ Styles is a member of the Dad Squad over on SmackDown.
Jericho
also happens to be the champion over there. That's what I'm saying. The Dad Squad.
Okay.
It's the Dad Squad. Hashtag Dad Squad.
I see what you did there. So yeah. Anyway, Rollins, pretty much just goes over the fact that he's going to prove to Kevin Owens why he is still the man. And then we had Kevin Owens' response where he came out with Chris Jericho. And Kevin Owens just pretty much very, very simply talked about how Seth Rollins has failed since he's come back from his injury. He hasn't done any of the things he said he's going to do. And the reason he's hurt is because of Kevin Owens. And if Seth Rollins wants another match, Kevin Owens will just hurt him more and put him out for good. And then they started... Whoa! Oh yeah, Owens wanted Jericho to be the special guest referee in whatever match him and Rollins had.
Yeah.
But Jericho thought, well, since we're a really good tag team and we're already the Universal Champion, we should also be the tag team champion, so we should challenge the New Day. And they kind of bickered back and forth what would be the best course of action. Ultimately, Owens is like, yeah, sure, let's... Yeah.
Well, it's because Jericho kind of struck a chord unintentionally.
Oh, yeah.
Where the crowd oohed at it, and Owens kind of had that moment of, thought about what Jericho said, and Jericho just kind of looked like he was a little bit oblivious to the fact that he, pressed the button where he says, what, it's not like I'm challenging for your championship.
Yeah, so, Jericho oblivious, and Owens just quickly trying to change the subject.
Yeah, if I say yes, he'll forget and not challenge me for the championship.
So let's go after the New Day. And then the New Day came out. They had a hilarious promo back and forth between the two teams.
And being on the list.
Yes.
Which Xavier Woods is now on the list twice.
Yeah, Big E and Kofi didn't quite care that they made the list, but Woods took it personally.
Which put him. He made sure that he was one of the two members of the New Day in the match.
Well, also the fact that Kofi can't wrestle
That was just Michael Cole's excuse.
Oh, okay. So yeah, great promo. We go into a match we also had the backstage segment where they came across Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher.
And Danny, I think, Stupid Face.
Yeah, Danny Stupid. God. And that was... I have to give it... last week I said I wasn't excited for Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson, but...
How can you not be excited for Danny Masterson?
Here's the thing. I like them. I don't give a shit about celebrities in wrestling. Like that whole thing has been tainted by a lot of really shitty celebrities. So I don't get excited for that stuff anymore. Like Shaq going against Big Show at WrestleMania next year. I don't give a fuck because I don't give a fuck about celebrities doing stuff like that. But I was pleasantly surprised, and I enjoyed Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson's not only the promo against Owens and Jericho in the back, but while they were on commentary for the match as well.
Yeah.
They were actually really funny. And Ashton is, he's a pretty big wrestling fan, so he knows what he's talking about. And Danny obviously knows DDTs and suplexes, so he was happy to call moves like that. And
also just their whole shtick is they're questioning the friendship between Kevin Owens and Jericho, which was sort of the running theme of all their segments. Is that even when they were arguing with Ashton and Danny, Kevin Owens left.
Yeah.
Or when they were talking about what they're going to do tonight, Owens avoided let me give you a shot at my belt.
Yeah. So yeah, very, very much testing the strength of that relationship. And
the relationship of Jericho.
Yes, as coined by Danny Masterson. With JV Jovi. I think that's my favorite nickname Jericho has now. So yeah, a great match, fun commentary, and then we had more of that story build because we had Seth Rollins come out and stand on the stage about halfway through the match, and that gave a little bit of an edge to the New Day. And then
because Owens was immediately distracted by that.
Yeah, and then Jericho kind of had, he was about to win the match. He had Woods in the Lion Tamer, and there was no way that, Big E was down at the time. Woods wasn't getting out of the move, so Seth Rollins runs down to the ring and jumps up on the apron, which makes Jericho drop the hold. He goes for a swing. Rollins jumps down. Woods is able to make the tag to Big E. They hit the midnight hour on Chris Jericho. And instead of breaking up the pin, Owens just kind of lets it go. And the New Day end up picking up the win.
Yeah, and Seth kind of starts stalking Owens around the ring.
Yeah. Owens ends up running back up the ramp so he doesn't have to deal with Seth. And that leaves Jericho alone in the ring. Once again, Seth gets in, gives Owens the chance to run down and save him. He doesn't do it, so Jericho gets hit with a pedigree, and we just get really angry Kevin Owens.
Yeah, and then we end that segment with the New Day rocking out to Seth Rollins' theme song.
Yes. This was all followed up by a final back and forth between Seth and Stephanie. Stephanie reiterating the fact that he is alone, and Seth's like, you know what? You can come at me with any threats you want. I'll make your life a living hell, and I'll burn Monday Night Raw to the ground, and I'll take Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens with me.
Does that mean we're going back to the old theme song?
Oh, the Nickelback song?
Yeah.
Would make sense. I don't know.
If they just went with that storyline where he actually burns Monday Night Raw to the ground.
Yeah.
Which would cost a lot in property damage for WWE.
Yeah, and that's probably gonna get you arrested. I think that's arson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea, Seth. You should just win the championship.
Leave the arenas intact.
Yeah. But the main event, the most important match of the night.
Holy corkscrew moonsault, Batman.
That did happen. We had Charlotte defending the Raw Women's Championship against Sasha Banks. This is the rematch from SummerSlam that Sasha's been wanting, the one-on-one rematch. We had Bayley talking to Sasha earlier in the show. We had Dana and Charlotte cutting a promo. We had Bayley end up taking Dana out. To
a nice dinner.
No, it was a wall.
Oh, that kind of taking her out.
Yeah, like took her out of...
Basically, she was a hired hitman.
Yeah, like the most adorable hitman of all time.
She basically killed Dana Brooke.
Taking it too far. She didn't like...
She was doing her best Jason Statham impression.
Okay. I'm just gonna... Dana Brooke wasn't out there for the match. So we had
Bailey.
So we had a straight one-on-one match for the women's championship, and Sasha and Charlotte killing it again. I wouldn't say this is their best match.
No, not quite.
But still extremely entertaining.
I mean, we had the new spot added in. Charlotte's usually one to go to her moonsault off the top rope,
which is a fantastic moonsault.
And for some reason, she thinks it's a great idea to always do it off the top rope to the outside.
It's always a good pop.
The 1/3 her side, Sasha Banks, is the one trying to catch her.
Hey, you know what? If it works, it works.
But this time she decided to spin while doing it.
Yeah, she straight up Neville'd that bitch all the way to the floor, and it was fucking cool.
Yeah, let's have them wrestle.
Neville and Charlotte. I'd watch it. That'd be sick. There was only one real flubbed up move. They were trying to hit more of the back issues of Sasha.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying some sort of form or fashion to do like a back suplex onto the apron.
Yeah.
And it just... it didn't work. Communication breakdown.
It didn't work, and Michael Cole's commentary sucked to try and cover it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, one bad spot though didn't ruin the match. It was from that moment, because I think that was not too long after the corkscrew moonsault. Oh no, because the corkscrew moonsault came in after that. She got tossed back in the ring. Charlotte goes for natural selection. Sasha kicks out. Charlotte's freaking out at this point, and she keeps trying to find, like, she gets that like really emotional look where she's just totally upset. She keeps slapping the shit out of Sasha, keeps telling her to stay down, and it was just a lot of tension there, which was really great. And then I think Sasha hit like one more big move, and Charlotte was not having it. Tried to throw her off the ropes, and she comes back with the head scissors into the bank statement, and we get the Charlotte trying to shuffle around trying to find the ropes. She ends up trying to roll back and tries to get that pinfall like she did at SummerSlam, but Sasha kicks out, rolls it back into the bank statement, and once again Charlotte taps out, and Sasha Banks is now a 2-time Raw Women's Champion.
Cool moment indeed.
The crowd fucking loved the crowd was good in LA. They were hot for the show, which really added to the importance of that match, to the comedy segments. It was a good crowd, a good show. Raw.
A good crowd can make a normal show seem like a good show, and it can make a good show seem like a really good show.
Absolutely. So kudos to you, LA, for really
doing your part,
for hyping up Raw. Despite half of it, we ran through that pretty quick because a lot of it didn't really have a lot of weight behind it. It was just kind of the whole hype, rehyping the club is weird. And that's the only thing I'll say about that. It's like, oh shit, we fucked up this tag team. I guess we better make them strong again.
Yeah, they lost so much momentum that they have to do this, or the club will literally become the Raw's version of the Ascension.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
Yeah, don't forget to like and comment and subscribe.
Thank you for that. Click all the links down in the description and they send to all of our different social medias. You'll also find our SoundCloud link where you can listen to this review along with indie news, SmackDown Rundown, and midweek wrap-up in podcast form. Also in the links you can find our other channel, Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
Lots of videos over
We'll be having 3 videos pop up this week as I had to endure my punishment for losing Clash of Champions. We should be having an unboxing video come up very soon, and we'll be having Kevin Hawk's reaction to Delete or Decay from TNA. But be sure to stay over here as well, because coming up this Sunday is SmackDown's No Mercy, so we'll be having some prediction videos. Also coming up will be my top 5 for the month of September.
Neither of those videos are going to be in the podcast form, so
Nope.
you got to be subscribed over here and watching this playlist to see those with your eye holes.
It's the only way you get them. So, yeah, check out all the videos, click all the links, talk to us. Talk to us about what your favorite spot on Raw was. Talk to us what you're excited for No Mercy. Comment on the videos, let us know what's going on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Fuck Titus O'Neil.
Fuck James.
Yeah.